right, let's just jump right in. Something huge is happening in the world of video games. I mean, a really fundamental shift. We are smack in the middle of a revolution that's changing everything, not just the games we play, but who actually gets to make them. And, it's a story that might just have you right at the center of it.
And this quote, it just nails it. The next game that changes everything, the next story that gets millions of people hooked, it doesn't have to come from some massive corporation in a giant glass tower. No, seriously, it can come from you. So let's unpack how we even got here.
Okay, so to really get how big of a deal this is, we gotta rewind for a sec and look at how things used to be. Because for a very, very long time, the gaming world, well, it was a pretty exclusive club. Yeah, this was the old way of doing things. To make a game, you needed these enormous teams of artists, programmers, designers, and millions of dollars. The barrier to entry wasn't just a fence, it was a fortress wall. If you were just some person with a cool idea, competing was, well, it was pretty much impossible. I mean, the difference is just wild when you lay it out like this. On one side, you have the old guard, huge budgets, massive teams, and making whatever the corporate trends dictated. And on the other side, there's the new reality, your laptop, your ideas, and your passion. That's the revolution we're talking about.
But then, the first few cracks started to show in that fortress wall. A whole new movement started bubbling up, and it was all powered by making things more accessible for everyone. This, my friends, was the indie revolution.
So, what was the magic key that unlocked all of this? Game engines. Tools like Unity basically democratized the whole process. All of a sudden, you didn't have to be some coding genius to build a world or design how a game works. The engine gave you the toolbox, the foundation, letting you focus on what actually mattered, your vision.
And this wasn't just some nice idea. It led to absolutely incredible, industry-shaking games. I mean, think about Stardew Valley, a worldwide phenomenon, selling millions and millions of copies, made by one person. Or you've got Celeste and Undertale. These games weren't just hits. They redefined entire genres and really connected with players on a deep emotional level.
And that right there is the secret sauce. These creators weren't chasing market trends or focus groups. They were telling stories that were deeply personal to them, driven by this singular, powerful passion and vision. They proved that the most important resource isn't your budget, it's your creativity.
Okay, so if game engines kicked the door open, this next wave is about to blow that door right off its hinges. Let's talk about AI. But maybe not in the way you're thinking. In this revolution, AI isn't the villain. It's your creative partner. Just think about this for a second. A solo developer right now can use AI to generate amazing character art, or write complex, branching dialogue for a whole town of characters, or even help build entire levels and worlds. These are things that used to take teams of people weeks, maybe months, and now it's happening in a fraction of the time.
And let's be super clear on this, because it's important. AI is not here to replace the creator. It's here to empower them. It's the ultimate assistant. It handles the tedious, repetitive, time-sucking work, and that frees you, the human, up to focus on the heart of it all, the story, the feeling, the fun, the soul of the game. Technology is no longer a roadblock. It's your collaborator.
And this whole thing keeps expanding. It's not just about developers anymore. We're getting to this amazing point where the line between the person playing the game and the person making the game, it's starting to get really, really blurry.
And I guarantee you've seen this yourself. You look at games like Roblox, Minecraft, or Dreams. These aren't just games you load up and play. They are platforms you build on. They prove that one of the most powerful things you can give a player is the tools to create their own fun, their own worlds.
And that's really the big takeaway here. The roles of player and developer are starting to merge into one. You can be both. You can jump into these incredible worlds, have a blast, and then turn right around and start building your own corner of that universe. Which, of course, brings us to the final part of our story. And honestly, the most important part. Because we've looked at the past, we've looked at what's happening now, and it's all pointing in one direction, the future. A future that has you in it.
So here's the bottom line. The tools are here. They're accessible. AI is sitting there, ready to be your creative co-pilot. And there's a huge audience out there, hungry for new ideas. Remember those giant fortress walls we talked about? Yeah, they've crumbled into dust.
This is where it's at now. The next big thing.
The next game that everyone is talking about, it's probably not going to come from a fancy boardroom. It's going to come from a bedroom, from a laptop at a coffee shop. It's going to come from people just like you who have a story they need to tell. The power has truly shifted into the hands of creators.
So yeah, the stage is set, the tools are just waiting for you. This creators revolution is happening as we speak. So the only real question left is the one right there on your screen. What will you create?